glass breaks as we come back in, as we say hello to Austin Price from Volquest.com. He joins us each week thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. Austin, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great, guys. You guys are out at Pals, but most people, when they know Pals, it's a different kind of Pals. And everybody wants them to come to Knoxville, fast food place.
Yeah, Swain will still cook you up a burger here if you come on by.
I got you, AP. I got you, AP.
Swain's the cook in the house. I'm going to tell you, every time I talk to him, he is at the grocery store, and he is out there buying all the meat and the vegetables. And, I mean, he's, he is like, I don't know, he's like Andy Griffith by day. He's like the sheriff of Rocky Top, and then he's Aunt B by night cooking all the meals.
That's right. In the kitchen. Whipping like a stir-fry.
Yeah,
that's right. That's what I'm doing.
I have a personal policy of trying to avoid compliments to Jason Swain, but he knows what he's doing when he's cooking. I can attest.
Does that make you the Otis of this show, or the Ernest T?
I got something real good for you, AP. If you just give us some of those recruiting nuggets you got, man.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, what's Josh Heupel and the coaching staff cooking up on the recruiting trail after that kind of win against Alabama?
I see what you did there.
Well, I mean, you can't talk about your team enough. I mean, Tennessee's gotten so much run this week, with just all the recaps and all the national people talking about Tennessee, and I mean, you see it today. I mean, you've got Spire Sports out there, basically all the new volunteer club members from now till the end of the month will basically all that money will go to Jalen Hyatt. Kudos to them for coming up with that idea and kind of putting him in in the spot to, reap the rewards off 5 touchdowns against Alabama. But, I mean, as far as, recruiting, I mean, David Hobbs had a great time. Tennessee continues to move in the right direction there. That's Tennessee, Alabama at the top, Georgia, Ohio State, kind of 3-4 in my opinion. And, they did a really nice job with the 24s and 25s. I mean, you look at the in-state 24s. I mean, Tennessee's made a lot of, progress with guys like, Caleb Beasley and Edmund Stillman at Lipscomb, or Boo Carter from Chattanooga Christian, or Marcus Gorey from Bradley Central, and they're in a really good spot. Beasley's going to commit on Friday. I think Tennessee's in excellent shape there, heading into the announcement. And then they're in a really good spot with the rest of those guys. Now those other players may still take their time, take visits and stuff, but Tennessee's established themselves over the last several weeks. The Florida game, the Florida atmosphere, the Alabama game, the Alabama atmosphere. As a major contender going forward.
What do we have to shore up in the 2023 class? I know the class is mostly spoken for, but hey, I mean, there's some spots that we can fill. What position do you think that the staff will be focused on with the 2023 class?
Well, it's kind of 3. I think you obviously talk defensive line, David Hobbs, Marion Parker, those JUCO guys. That Rodney Garner's after. Then there is, running back, which is Khalifa Keith. Young man's committed to Kentucky. Tennessee will go see him play Friday night. That'll be Jerry Mack, and I would expect Tennessee to offer shortly thereafter. And then offensive tackle. I mean, the question is can Tennessee get back and play with Stanton Ramil and, some of those offensive tackles they missed out on? Are there any offensive tackles that emerge? Ramil and Tennessee have talked over the last week, and I think that's they have at least a puncher's shot to get back in there. The kid's committed to Michigan State.
Why do they want to go to Michigan State for? They stink. I'm sorry, Austin.
You're right.
I'm just keeping it real. I know we're on the radio. I'm not supposed to say it that way, but I don't care. They stink. Why would you want to go there?
Well, because kids don't, make decisions based off one particular game or anything like that, but they do make decisions based off the trajectory of the program. And, Michigan State to start the year had a really good trajectory, and let's say it's been stocked down since kickoff this year, though. Whereas Tennessee was kind of trending up and then skyrocketed stock up big time over the last several weeks.
Come on home, Stanton Ramil. You know what time it is.
With Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward. We are talking to Austin Price. We talk to him every week. It's Volquest.com. Thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. It is UT Martin week Austin. So we've had the question, a lot of fans probably wondering, okay, the status of certain players then. How do you handle this week? Guys that were unavailable this past week due to injury, Cedric Tillman's status, maybe what do you hear there? What do you hear with some guys that are trying to get healthy in the secondary?
Well, I don't think Cedric Tillman will play this week. I think you're going to rest him, give him another week off that ankle. I think he'll probably start doing more stuff in practice this week just because you don't want him to, be running around for the first time against Kentucky. But I think, as far as seeing the field in a game, I think you're looking at Kentucky. The secondary will be interesting to see kind of, who plays. I think Tennessee will lean on a lot of those young guys. I mean, I know William Wright was in at the end of the game. If I'm Tennessee, I'm putting William Wright in and playing him a lot, on Saturday. I mean, why would you not, right? I mean, you're facing a UT Martin team that, is not going to be able to keep up with you. So, let players like that get some run. Christian Harrison. I wouldn't play Kamal Hatton. I would let that hamstring heal as much as it can. And, I think, when you look at the injuries on this team, they're not super deep, but I do think there's more depth there than people realize, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I just think Tennessee's chosen to pare it down and play very few players. But, I think Tennessee, if they needed to, could go to a Squirrel White. He'd be fine. I think Chaz Nimrod will get some run this week. He's missed the first part of the season with a broken bone in his foot. He's back fully healthy, ready to go. And, I think you'll see a lot of those freshman tailbacks as well get some run on Saturday.
What's the latest on Jalen McCullough?
As Coach Heupel said, still around the program, not suspended, just not available, and that's kind of until all that gets cleared up, he won't be available. And so you're just kind of hoping that comes to a resolution sooner rather than later. That way you can get him back for this stretch run post UT Martin.
Yeah, so a resolution, get charges dropped, or at least taken down from felony, I'm guessing, is what they need for him to be available.
Yeah, I think so. I think that getting them dropped would go a long way to him returning to the football field. I do maintain that, in the short term, I thought Danico Slaughter did some good things Saturday. I think the more you can kind of build depth there with he and Wesley Walker and people like that, I think Saturday's the perfect time to get Andre Turrentine some more run. The better, for the future of the program, but right now, yeah, I think, you'd love to, kind of get a resolution on this and get him back amongst the team, between the white lines. So, he's there for those last 5 SEC games.
I don't want to insult players on the offensive line by saying this, but I did not expect this type of play and the type of domination we saw against LSU and against Alabama. AP, is that the group that maybe has surprised you the most? I know we had Cooper Mays on Tennessee Prime on yesterday, and he took it personal that schools kind of questioned his size. Looked at his older brother, wondered if he could live up to that last name. But this offensive line, they've been amazing.
They have been, and they've been healthy, and I'm knocking on wood. They've really been healthy outside of, Gerald Mincy, having to rotate with J.J. Crawford. But those two guys have kind of paired off well together. Darnell Wright's been a stallion on the right side. He is earning money every time he goes out when he's shutting down B.J. Ojulari and Will Anderson and Dallas Turner and, just doing well. And then you're right, Cooper continues to play well. Continues to play really good football, and he's kind of got that. He's I would call him the smart Mays.
I'm telling.
I'm serious. Cooper's a brainiac. That's not to say Kate's dumb
I'm telling.
But I'm just saying, Cooper is a brainiac. He's very, very intelligent, but he's also got that Mays nasty in him. And so, it's a nice combination. And especially you want your center to be very intelligent, and he is. And so. When Carvin's been able to thrive out there at left guard, not having to move him in like they did a year ago when Cooper was out, and Spraggins has continued to come on as well. So, you like where the O-line is at, and you're right. I don't know if anybody saw them doing what they've done. In fact, I can say nobody saw them running for 500 yards basically in against Tennessee, against LSU and Alabama. Just close your eyes and say that out loud, and just think about how how ridiculous that sounds to think that Tennessee ran for 500 yards basically against LSU and Alabama. They're doing a lot of good work up front, and credit Glenn Ellerby, who has done a really nice job with them.
I'm closing my eyes. Josh is not. He's not participating in the exercise. Golly, Josh.
I saw it, Swain. I already saw it.
He's not
That's when you're the Ernest T of the show. You're a rebel. I mean, he'll be throwing rocks through windows before we know it.
I know it, man. Golly, Josh, come on, man. Get with the program.
Yeah, well, Barney Five Stroll still up for grabs, Austin, if you want to grab that. Did we miss anything with you before we let you go? Anything fans should know about what's going on with the team right now or the recruiting trail, which is also part of the focus?
No, I mean, again, the coaches will be out on Friday night. All eyes on the, Khalifa Keats game down in Alabama. Again, I expect Jerry Mack to pull the trigger and offer him. And at that point, I think Tennessee becomes, they've already become a factor, but I think a heavy factor to flip the Kentucky commitment as Tennessee looks to add a bigger back to this class.
I'm sorry. I'm not being professional.
No, you're not. Not today. It's National Kentucky Day, Jason Swain.
They're going to flip a Kentucky. I'm sorry.
Volquest.com for the latest there. Austin Priceless on Twitter, and every week he joins us here on Josh and Swain. Thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, making it unique, making it special, making it just for you. They want to be your jeweler there. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. Austin, fun time as always. Thanks so much for the time today. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good, guys. Appreciate you.